everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's been crazy around here for the last couple of weeks. Everything was going good and then that sickness struck. Ran through the house pretty rampant. Thank goodness it didn't get my youngest daughter. She's getting married in 2 weeks, but it's really thrown a wrench in the gearbox, for lack of better words. Trying to keep everybody separated. I've been in the bachelor pad for about a week now, down for the count pretty much. Feel a lot better today, so try to get some things done. I got lime scheduled in to come tomorrow. I should have already had the fields leveled down and smoothed out for the truck. Try to get some footage of that. I'll go over the soil samples and tell you guys a little bit about what we're looking at for the future. Still got my fingers crossed everything goes good for wheat. The 180 and the finished disc go good together at a slower pace. I'm curious to see how it's going to do in ground that's not been plowed when I'm using it after I've offset it. But the higher the gear, the more wheel speed and spinning I'm losing. So I drop down a gear, it's pulling, we're not losing any traction, but it is slowing me way down. So I may end up having to hook it back to the 1086 today just to be able to pick up that extra speed. But so far so good. I'm enjoying it, I'm loving it. Kind of got a gist of it the other day just to work the bugs out before all this, and here we are, and that's where we've been. So stay tuned, probably be some drone footage on this one, and we'll see what we can do, guys. Some cloddy stuff down here, guys. I don't know if you heard the rocks a second ago. I got a pile of junk there, and I got a pile of rocks up here somewhere. This is where they dug down so deep to put the sewer line in, and I know they backfilled that trench with huge riprap because it was so muddy down here. Well, maybe it wasn't a rock, it was a stick. Chunk of a root, chunk of a stump. Ow. Like I said, these fields are full of stuff, so a lot of the reason why we use the moldboard plow and conventional tillage to start off with. Let's go up here and see what we got. Like a piece of metal. An old antifreeze jug. This is a piece of metal. Who knows what that is? No telling what you're gonna find out here. I see another piece of a stick out here. I don't know. It's doing pretty good. Spinning a little bit more down here because I plowed this deeper than I did on the other one. But I just got to get it smooth enough and then run the truck over it, and then we'll work all the line back in. So, all right, I'll shoot the drone up here in a minute. Get you a few shots after some more camera angles. little breezy today, guys, but we're gonna try to get a little bit more drone footage of him putting it out. Did rain a little bit last night, 2 tenths, that knocked some of the dust down, but breezy. Anyway, I'll tell you real quick what we're doing. 12 tons total is what we're putting on the farm. According to the soil samples I took out of the fields that I've worked, the bottomland is the worst. It needs 2.5 tons per acre. The rest of it is 400 to 500 pounds per acre. So the people I've talked to said that wasn't too awful bad. So majority of it's going down there. I think that's cost the sewer line install. I turned the dirt upside in. Any topsoil that had been there, you know, is buried down deep now. But monumental today, guys. I mean, this is the beginning of it. I've got my fertilized numbers figured out. Call about that first of the week, and got my wheat seed dialed in. So fingers crossed. I mean, anything can happen, of course, to not get wheat out, but we're hoping for that. And then I hope this will be the start of everything. I'm gonna let this lime sit in this soil over the winter, and then we'll fertilize everything first of the year when we work it down. Hopefully have corn and soybeans. So hopefully you've enjoyed the footage so far. Hasn't been the best with the drone yesterday with the 180. You know, it's a lot easier when I can fly it and somebody's doing something rather than me trying to fly it and sitting in the tractor seat. So anyway, stick around for a little bit more. We'll put some more on the end of this video. I might talk a little bit more about some soil sample numbers. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm looking at. I'm having to have help with that, but thank goodness I do have that help. But anyway, stay tuned. We'll see what we can get. So we're hooked back to the 1086 for two reasons. One, I can pick up a little bit more speed because the 180 struggled really bad in the front field there around the oak patch where all that's already been worked up before as far as for traction. So, and the second reason is I've got more of a cab on there, and dead blasted yellow jackets got me yesterday. I don't know what's going on with that nest. They're not flying around like a live nest, but they're hanging around it. And naturally I got a stick stuck, got off, and got back on the tractor, and they popped me. So for whatever reason in my mind, I think because of that windshield and 2 cans of bee spray on each side, it's going to save me. So let's go disc in some lime. I'm sure you probably can't see them, but there is yet another nest of yellow jackets that I have stirred up. I don't get it. I mean, I hayed this field all year long and never once got in any yellow jackets. I was walking all over there a while ago. Tractor's parked right here. I was getting out picking up roots. You guys think I'm crazy, but all this time I have never hit a yellow jacket's nest in this field since day one. And I go to work it this year and I've hit 2. Well, we're finished out here. Worked the lime in on this one. It's where the wheat's supposed to go. I got some choices to make and some thoughts to come upon because the sod isn't working down. But we still got a little bit of time. I just want to show you guys those stupid yellow jackets. The other nest was way up there and they got me yesterday when I got off the tractor. The nest is gone, but I guess they were hovering around. I don't know. Now here's the middle field, Jack's old field. Hope to have soybeans in this next season. Got the line worked in. We're finished working the ground here till next spring. We'll let it lay over the winter, continue to break down, and we'll go from there. I'll take it over and show you what the bottom turned out like, and tell you my thoughts on that, and probably wrap this one up. I know we've talked about it before. I sure wish I could get the water out of this area over here. Dry as a bone right now, but it'll be a pond again this fall and winter. If I could get that tiled in somehow, get the water out of it, it gave me another probably 2 to 3 acres right there. Anyway, we got the high side of it worked up. Now the wind's picked up now that I'm out of the tractor, but anyway, the bottom land here worked up good. I'm very pleased with it. So I think what I'm going to do next spring is we'll burn everything down, these 2 fields, the soybean field and the corn field here, give it 10, 12 days, and then we'll hit it with the disc, and I believe it's good enough ready to be planted. So worked out really, really good. The lime, like I said, we got the majority of it down here, panning around over here, which you've all seen, but we still have that side at some point, you know. So I went ahead and had him put the remainder of the lime over there just because I know that it's the same deal we talked about earlier in the video with the sewer line. So got more possibilities, still got stuff up on the hillside at some point, guys, but we're starting out small and see if we can make this happen. Some people do all corn and all soybeans. I don't know. We'll see which niche fits me better, but I think I'm gonna swing for the fences on the front field. I think with the new openers on the drill and going really, really slow, I think I can get a decent stand out there. And then, you know, once the week goes and we get it off and I'll work it up again, we won't have this problem to worry about with the sod like we've had this time. I mean, you're talking about 40, 50, 60 years of cow tromp down sod that's never been worked. So we're gonna call this one good. I'm by far not better yet, and it's starting to catch up with me for today, so we'll go home and get some rest. Pre-fall tillage, I'm going to call it, is complete as far as the corn and soybean ground. Still got a lot of work to do on the front field for wheat. If that pans out, I've still got my fingers crossed. Next year, I think all we'll have to do is burn those other fields down and run the finished disc over them and hit them with a planter, and we'll be good to go. As far as the soil samples and things, it does need some really wild numbers on fertilizer and inputs. So I've got to get some stuff specially blended. I'm only doing that on the wheat ground right now. I'm hesitant on it just because of the weather and daughter getting married and everything else. But I still got about a 2 or 3 week window, I think, before I get to be too late. But fingers crossed on that. Hopefully we'll get some wheat in the ground. If not, we are going to be so set for row crops next year. But I think we're going to get some wheat in the ground anyway. Listen, there's Jack. What would a video be without Jack and Yellow Jackets? And we've got both in this one. And speaking of that, I just don't understand the Yellow Jacket situation. I mean, it's a wonder they hadn't fired me up. I mean, I walked that tree line right over that nest for 10 minutes earlier. I don't get it. Somebody's looking after me, and thankful for that. But no, they can't be in any of the other fields that we're not going to do anything with. They've got to be in the field that I need to continually work and get out there and drive slow and drill and everything else. I mean, it's whatever. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think the drone footage of the lime spread today, hopefully that turned out good. I know the other drone footage wasn't the best with the Follow Me feature. But again, it's what's going on here at the farm. So if anybody's interested in any merchandise, I'll put a link in the description. Mad Moose Designs, IP Farms, hat, shirts, decals. And I can't say thank you enough, guys, for sticking in there with me. We've made it to a small, percentage of hopefully what the future holds. So stay tuned, and we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. Till then, thank you.